In this short video, I want to show you how to use the Immersive Reader in Microsoft Edge. Microsoft Edge is not always our go-to for searching the internet, but this tool makes a website like this with all these different pop-up ads. It simplifies things for you and for your students. So here's an article maybe that I want to read with my students, 5 cool ways to use ChatGPT in the classroom. And I have pop-up, pop-up, pop-up. There's ads everywhere and it's very distracting. By going up to your toolbar, and here is my address bar, to the right, I see this A, and if I float over it, I have read aloud, but right next to it is the Enter Immersive Reader, which you can also do by clicking F9. But if I click on this, you'll notice now everything has been simplified for me and for my students. And all I see is the article that I wanted to read. Now, I have some preferences set up here. So I have mine already in dark mode with some spacing between my letters. And these are all things that you can toggle on and off and play around with the various options up here. You have the option to have this text read aloud. So that's a powerful tool maybe for some struggling readers. You can go into your text preferences and make this font smaller or larger. You can change the font to some extent. I have wider spacing on. I can lower that. So you notice the change there in how far apart my letters were. I can have this very narrow as it is right now, wider, and the widest. So kind of focusing things in for your students. And you have different page themes that you can turn on. So I can have this classic white screen. I like to use Dark Reader as much as I can when I have a lot of screen time. You can also go into grammar tools when you are in the Immersive Reader. I can have my words split by syllables. Again, something to help maybe your struggling learners, your struggling readers. I can also turn on and have different color coding to various parts of speech. So nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Maybe my students are struggling with adjectives. So I have those dark green. I toggle those on, and you'll notice now in my article, all of the adjectives are green. So they really pop out to your students as adjectives. Maybe they also struggle with adverbs, and I've made those yellow. And to make it even easier for my students to see the difference between the two, I can turn on show labels. And you'll notice now above increasingly, which is an adverb, I have ADV for adverb. And it also tells your students right here what those abbreviations mean. So you have various grammar tools as well. And then you have some reading preferences. I like line focus again for maybe our struggling readers. You can turn line focus on. And as it's reading, it is going to focus in, or as you're reading, maybe you're not using the read aloud and you're reading this yourself, it's focusing in on a narrow, very narrow, somewhat narrow, a little bit wider part of the article. And again, that can be a powerful tool for your students. And another thing over here is the translate option. So with Microsoft Edge, I want to say there's 50, 60 languages that you can toggle to have this translated into to translate the entire page. So if you have an ELD student and you're reading an article like this and their native language is Bosnian, you can have this article changed over into Bosnian for your students. And that you could do that straight on their device and keep your device in English. So that is the Immersive Reader available in Microsoft Edge. This is not a feature in Google Chrome. So if you want to have this feature on, you would want to go into Microsoft Edge and click on that little reading pane right there to enter or now exit the Immersive Reader. And this is a free tool available to you on your district laptop. Thanks. Let us know if you have any questions. Have a great day.